Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at a relatively old board game actually. This is Cthulhu Wars, a really big, chunky board game that is of questionable availability. Let's have a look at it. Cthulhu Wars is a game of, well, let's get into that. You see, many games are about defending the world against monsters, against creatures, against the end of all times. And this game, well, you see, you lost. And the world has ended, and you are now the guys that made it end. So that's unfortunate for us, but great for you, the monster, because now you can wreak havoc, and it just never ends, because your other friends are here and they're also trying to take over the world or the universe. So you can't let Cthulhu, namesake of the box, win. You gotta get whoever this is, or this guy, I don't think I'm allowed to say his name, and then this other wiggly guy, any of them might win. The thing that really draws me in more than anything is the asymmetric nature of the game. That is the signature piece of Cthulhu Wars. Every faction has its own different monsters, it's got its own different main big boss guy, and little cultists. And you got different rules for every single faction, every monster, every big guy, every little guy. They're all different. They got different ways to bring them on the board. They got different rules that can come into play. They all get 6 spell books that you can play in different orders, up to you. And they all do different game-breaking things. It is such a fun game because the way I play it anyways is not in the rules. I just say to all the players, you don't have to tell us what special rule you have in play. Surprise us. I really love the surprise aspect of this game. How these guys can do something and you don't know what it is. You have no clue until you deal with them. And just the thing that gives it away is the grin on your friend's face as you make an attack, say. And they're just like, yeah, sure. You're gonna attack me? Yeah, go ahead and do it. The bluffing in this game is wonderful. I love it. So how do you play this game? Well, first of all, you're starting off on the dregs of Earth, and there have been portals opened up all over the world. You start out with just your 6 cultists, and they are surrounding a portal. And that portal is definitely not going to bring in a lot of horrible things, unless absolutely it's going to bring a lot of horrible things. You consult your sheet that lists all the different creatures you have access to. You've got these things, and those things, and whatever these things are, and all your cultists can bring them forth through the portals. And worse, your cultists can open more portals all over the place. So that's your goal. You're kind of trying to open up as many portals as you can, because you're going to get points for every portal you've got open on the board at the end of the round, and you're also going to get points for other things. It varies based on the faction that you've picked. So you're trying to get the most doom points on this track by the end of the game. Well, caveat there. The first person to go past 30 doom points will end the game. You kind of do want to have the most doom points, so you might speed past someone, but you see, you also have to have, let's say, all 6 of your spell books in play. Spell books are an interesting addition to this game. They are like an achievement system. So if you accomplish the requirements of a spell book, you can, bam, put it down right away. And then, or rather, you can put any spell book down. So you have the 6 slots. You meet up a slot's requirements, put in a spell book, you choose, you want to strategize which ones you bring out and when. You should read them in advance so you know what they are. And it does take a little bit of time to get used to your faction, know how it really synergizes with itself and other units. So learn your faction, learn its special techniques, and then attack your enemies. You can move into other zones. You don't have to attack, interestingly enough. You can chill with your friends. Some of these guys have to chill with their friends to get their spell books. So you can be peaceful. This game isn't about combat always. You can definitely just wander through their territory and then wander out again, and nobody cares, or everybody cares. It depends on what your goals are. And the problem is nobody knows what your goals are, because you've got some spell books and maybe they don't know what your requirements are. They could look across the table and read your sheet, I guess, but it is, again, more fun if you don't entirely know what they're trying to do. Obviously, if you're playing tournament, don't do that. But this game is just so fun because of the unknown, and that's what I love about just everything in the world, the unknown is just so captivating, and this introduces so much of that unknown. Now the basic gameplay loop, I'm not going to explain all the rules, but the basic gameplay loop is that you get energy. It charges up at the beginning of the round. You're going to be spending that over your turn. Everybody takes a turn doing one single action. It's on a reference sheet. Don't need to memorize it all. And you can do a bunch of things like move your units. You can move as many units as you want. It costs 1 energy point to move each unit 1 space, or more if you have different powers. Then you can summon a gate. You need a cultist in some empty zone to summon a gate, and that costs 3 energies, I think, depending again on your faction, and it might be different. You can summon monsters, and that costs however much they cost. And you can also, if you meet the requirements, you can summon one of these big guys, your ultimate god. And they can just erupt forth through something, some mechanism, typically a gate, but not always. So that is very cool. And then there's other actions that you can take. Maybe they're on your rules. If you ever meet the requirements of one of your spell books, you can then take it from your deck of spell books and just pick one and then put it on your sheet, and then you've got it. You can play it for the rest of the game, maybe, if that's what the thing says. Mostly yes, but not always. Some of them are one-shots. So that's really interesting. Sometimes these gates can go away. Different rules, who knows? There's other things that can charge up your power again, but usually not. Usually you're just going to spend it down to 0, and then the round is over when everybody has spent their power down to 0. And then you just calculate all the doom points. You get about 2 points per gate that you've got a monster on or a little guy around, and then you get a free point if there's an unabandoned one, and then other points for other things. You can check the rules to see what they are. You total up all the points. Everybody can then rip apart the earth a little bit. Everybody has a shot at doing a ritual of annihilation, which can sort of double your points for that round that you earned that round. It is expensive to do that. You are spending your future energy on the next round to do that. And usually people don't do that because they don't want to cripple themselves into the next round. So that's something that can also end the game. If that hits like the end of the track there, then the game is also immediately over way earlier than it should have been. These guys, and monsters in fact, can capture cultists. A monster can just yoink a cultist. That's another action you can do. And you kind of hold them for the rest of the round, and at the end of the round you give them back to its owner. Or rather, you give back someone with the same clothes. The original one you might have thrown into a pit to empower your empire a little bit. Cthulhu Wars' map is very interesting because it supports up to 5 players, 3 to 5 players, and the way it works is you've got these 2 boards, 2 separate boards, and there's a 3-player map side and a 5-player map side. So it's one or the other? No. So you take, if it's a 3-player game, you flip both maps to the 3-player side and you're good to go. Line them up, you got it. Now if you want to play 5 players, obviously flip them both over and you got the 5-player map, 5-5. Now if you want to play 4 players, pick one of them, flip it over, and mismatch them. 3, 5 averages out to 4. So you got a 4-player map there. And you can have 5 players. The base game comes with 4 factions, so you're going to need to buy one of the many faction expansions. There are a lot of them actually, and play a 5-player game. This is quite interesting. It is the world. So the Earth looks a little wonky. I think it's been torn apart by this guy or that guy. I'm not blaming blames, but it's one of you guys. The map has ocean and land areas, which who cares? They're all the same as far as movement is concerned for the most part, and the cultists, even the cultists, can move around the ocean for some reason. I assume they have boats that they're using. Who knows? Everybody can move at the same speed no matter how far apart they are, so bah. Now this game is not readily available, I would say. It is hard to track down. If you see it, I would buy it. I mean, it is a very expensive game. It is a premium game. It was made with the intention of it being an expensive game, and it is. It's gigantic, it's huge, it's really not super portable. It's my least portable game next to HeroScape. And really, I have to invite people to my house to play it, unless I just want to play the base game. But I really like having the other expansions, and I have bought pretty much everything available for Cthulhu Wars, it was difficult to track down. But I was delighted to finally get it all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about Cthulhu Wars. My second favorite game, Zia, Legend of Idris System, is probably my favorite game. But this game, I've actually played more. And it's easier to play more because more people like it, I find. They're more addicted to it. So every time I've played with people, they have wanted to come back for more. Like immediately. So, really good game. And I've got all the expansions, so if you guys like this video, we might do more videos looking into each expansion in more detail. Because this video was not a rules teach, I understand that. I'm not going to teach the rules. Some other video probably teaches the rules. I guess I could teach the rules if you want that, if you think I'm funny and interesting. Please like and subscribe, comment on the video, telling me all the stuff about your Cthulhu Wars experiences. Maybe I shouldn't ask that. But I'm very happy to get it. Yes, and questions, I do live in Canada, and yes, I did get it from the Kickstarter. How? I convinced them to send it to me. I'm delighted that I've got all of my everything, except I don't like that I have this plastic hourglass. Like, what the heck? The only thing that's not premium is this stinking hourglass. This is Dollarama terribleness. Make a good hour. If anybody knows a nice Eldritch 1 minute hourglass, please hook me up, because I just need that to replace this, because that's the only thing missing. I just want a nice, cool, scary looking hourglass thing that looks otherworldly, and I'll get that. Please just comment in the comments, hook me up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.